He said, "You are my son, and I am well pleased." One thing I learned to do with my children is every time I talk to them, I always end the conversation the same way. I say, "I love you, and I'm proud of you." It don't matter what they've done. So whatever you do, we're going to get through it. And you're going to make mistakes, it's all right, because guess what? Your daddy made mistakes and probably made more mistakes than you did. But you know what, son? I love you, and I'm proud of you. One thing they'll never be able to say is my daddy didn't love me and my daddy wasn't proud of me. Those two things they will know. And I understand that God feels the same way about us. It's church folk that condemn you. It's church folk that are always putting you down. No, does God like everything we do? No. Does he have a standard? Yes. But when it's all said and done. My father had a conversation with me years ago, and I've never forgotten it. He said, "You're going to say to me what you want to say, and I'm going to say to you what I want to say. But at the end of the day, I'm going to still be your father, and you still going to be my son." God says you can have your temper tantrum, you can fight it all you want, but at the end of the day, I'm still your father, and you're still my child. Now get up and go on into your destiny. Finally, what the approval did for Jesus. And the reason why I read Pastor the 12th scripture, it said, "Then the Spirit drove him to the wilderness." Y'all Bible scholars, y'all know what was awaiting him in the wilderness. But I like that because the Father didn't say, "Let's see how you get through this, and then I might approve you." That's what we do. Prove yourself to me. But see, when your family, I'm talking to the church now. When your family, you say before you go through it, "I love you. And you're a part of me. And I'm a part of you. And no matter what happens, thick or thin, I'll be right there." But I want you to understand, I'm giving you this word right now. Because as you go through what you go through, you might not get to hear from me. See, I lost some of y'all right there. It never said that the Father spoke to Jesus in the wilderness. Because the Father understood, if you haven't heard from me, just go by the last thing I told you. I don't have to say it again, because my word shall not return to me void, but it shall prosper in that thing that I sent it to do. So he said, "Go ahead, son, into the wilderness. I already told you I'm pleased with you, and you already know who you belong to." It was that power of approval that pushed Jesus into his destiny and his ministry. So when the devil showed up, oh, y'all missing it. Y'all missing it. When the devil showed up, he wasn't talking to somebody who didn't know who they were. Oh, I wish I had somebody. The devil messed up when he tried to talk to you, not thinking you knew who you were. Ladies, you know when a guy tries to step to you, but you already got a man? And he's throwing lines at you, but you're laughing at him because you're thinking, "I already got somebody." But go ahead and talk, because I'll listen. But at the end, I'm going to cut you off. That's what Satan did with Jesus. "Come on, and if I take you up to this mountain, I'll show you all the kingdom." And Jesus looking at him talking about, "How can you give me something that's already mine?" Y'all letting the devil promise you stuff that's already yours. But Jesus knew who he was and who he belonged to. So when the devil came strolling in, not knowing that the conversation that had already taken place, Jesus was ready. When the enemy shows up with our children, fathers, if we've already had the conversation, then when Slick Willie shows up, you ain't got to worry about getting a shotgun, because your baby will cut him off and say, no, my daddy already told me who I am and who I belong to and how you supposed to treat me. I already got the approval from my father. So if you can't come better than this, then you need to step. There's power in a father's approval. So now I'm about to close, but now I'm going to incorporate all of you.